welcome to Meals with Maria. I have some amazing news for you. It is a very Aldi Thanksgiving and I have put together a $20, that's right, only $20 Aldi Thanksgiving dinner. I do these every year. I did a Walmart one, I did a Dollar Tree one. This year it is Aldi. I want to show you that you can have an amazing Thanksgiving for less or on a dime if you don't have a dime. I want to show you that you can do it for less, or you can do it if you feel like I can't do this year. Things are really tight. You can, for $20, squirrel that money away and you can have an amazing Thanksgiving. Now, I always want to bring awareness to actual, food needs and people who really don't have the $20. So one thing is always donate. I just went through my cabinets and I'm like, what are we going to use? What are we not going to use? And I got a whole bag of stuff that I'm going to bring. And then I also that I'm going to bring to the food pantry. And then I also recommend that when you're out there and you're like, oh, these are like 25 cents. There's great deals this time of year on Thanksgiving foods. Just buy like an extra few, right? And then donate those. So always keep that in mind for people who are less fortunate that need something from the food pantry. They're always looking this time of year. Don't forget in January, February, don't forget all year. Buy an extra, donate an extra. And then if you are struggling, please reach out to your local church or food pantry. There are places that can help you, and you deserve an amazing Thanksgiving as well. No one deserves to go hungry. So with that being said, I went to Aldi. I think I did really well. We got a very traditional Thanksgiving dinner here. There are a lot of swaps in and outs that you can do. There are ways that you can beef it up with an extra $10. There are ways that you can change things if you don't like something I did. So I'll try and put all those things in there. I'm so excited to share this Thanksgiving with you. Come join us. Okay, here's everything that I got from Aldi. You'll notice that I kind of got a lot of different things, and I tried to diversify as much as possible because I'm trying to have a full dinner, like everything you would want. But you could always get double of stuff, and I'll kind of go through that. So, main thing that I got, we have to start with our turkey. Mandy in the Making said that these turkey breast tenderloins are absolutely fantastic. So I decided to get this as our turkey. This was $6.49, which is more expensive than the turkey breast that they had, like a pre-cooked one. That was $5.99. So you could have gone a little bit cheaper on the $5.99. And then you also could have gotten like a frozen full turkey for around $8. And then a turkey breast, I think, was a little bit cheaper. But I really wanted to try this, so I decided this was going to be like our staple turkey item. But basically, for around $6, you can do your turkey. Now, there's also a thing on the Aldi Nerds community on Facebook that everybody's raving about, where they basically take the deli meat turkey and then they roll it up and then they put the stuffing in it and the gravy mix over it, and it's like this whole Aldi thing. So you could completely do that too. All right, actually looking at the receipt, this was $5.59, not $6.49. So I don't know whether it was labeled wrong or if I remembered it incorrectly. And then obviously we have our staples. So our stuffing mix, I love the stuffing mix at Aldi, and this is only 69 cents all the time. They also have the stovetop right now, but I think that's like over $1. It's like $1.19. So why? Like, why? This is delicious. We have the turkey gravy mix. Now, I thought from the drippings, you could totally probably make your own gravy from this, but I just wanted to go easy because I didn't know, I've never cooked this before, so I didn't know whether I was going to be able to get the gravy. So I got the gravy mix for 45 cents. I did the sweet potato, the mashed sweet potatoes. Don't mind the children in the background. They live here. It's like a thing that they do. We've got 89 cents on the sweet potato mash. At Aldi in particular, they don't sell like individual sweet potatoes or potatoes. So I did go with the pre-mades, and these end up being like really cheap too. So you could get butter and then the potatoes, and especially like Walmart would be my recommendation for that. And I'll of course link my Walmart $20 Thanksgiving down below and kind of at the end of the video in a playlist too. But these are easy, and the buttery mashed potatoes are super cheap all the time at 59 cents. So you can't go wrong. There's about 4 servings in each of these, which is perfect for a family of 4. There's 5 of us, but the baby doesn't eat yet, And then I got this Jiffy mix, which so silly. I was like, yeah, we'll make corn muffins. Now, in my last dollar store video, I made corn muffin mix that needed an egg with baking powder or baking soda, and it turned out great. This says it requires an egg, and I didn't buy eggs. I think I'm just gonna add the egg and hope that, you know, you guys have a neighbor you can borrow an egg from. You can buy eggs for around $1.14, I think, right now at Aldi. So you could add an extra $1. You could go with a cheaper turkey. Anyway, I thought you need some sort of bread, and I think that corn muffins are delicious for Thanksgiving. So 47 cents for the Jiffy Mix. I always go for this. I love that. And that's, you know, if Dollar Tree is $1, so you get that for a lot cheaper. Same thing with these guys. These are less than $1. All these things are all less than $1. So in this case, at Aldi, like, you can get a lot more bang for your buck because you're spending less than $1 on every single thing here. Same thing with our canned vegetables. We've got green beans and corn. Now, I know this is Hannaford. Yeah, so they have corn at Aldi for 49 cents usually, and then these French style green beans are also 49 cents, and they were out of the corn. So if you can't find the corn in your area, head over to, you know, your other grocery store or Walmart, or you can go to the Dollar Tree, but it's gonna be a whole $1, which is way more expensive. And then, so this is pretty much our like our meal. You're gonna have 2 types of potatoes, green beans and corn, with corn muffin mix and your turkey, which I think is just, I mean, it's quintessential. It's everything that you could want in a meal. And then I ended up going with crescent rolls at 87 cents and hot dogs. These were 99 cents for my appetizers. So I want to do like pigs in a blanket. And so you can always get, the, you know, like the little hot dogs. Those are delicious and all, but they're expensive. You can cut up the hot dogs and put the crescent rolls around them, and it's the same thing. It's delicious. And then I didn't get anything for dip. You can eat them without. I'm gonna put some mustard. I mean, mustard is so cheap. Really, anything you have in your fridge for a condiment, and you can go down. I figure if you can go down to a fast food restaurant and grab a couple packets of ketchup or mustard, that we don't have to like buy it just for this. You could get that. And then the heavy whipping cream. So this is what I'm going to use like kind of in place of milk and these things, but also I'm going to make a pudding pie, and then I'm going to make whipped cream for my pumpkin pie. So do we need 2 separate pies for dessert? Absolutely not. But I mean, I feel like pie is really what Thanksgiving's all about. It's not turkey. It's all about the pie, right? So I was able to get the graham cracker pie crust for 89 cents, and then the pudding I think is like 40 something cents. It's like so cheap. Yeah, 47 cents for the pudding. And then you know, you gotta use your cream. That's $2.99. But combine these, if you have 2 pies like this, like, that's amazing. You could totally take this one out or this one out and buy more appetizers, get some chips or something. Or there's a lot of alternatives for pumpkin pie. So I didn't get the stuff to make pumpkin pie because it was actually going to be more expensive, just because if I was going to buy butter and flour and the pumpkin pie filling, and then you need like condensed cream and eggs and this and that, I mean, it was going to add up quick. And this pie was only $3.49, which was cheaper than it was going to be to make it. So that's why I got it. Oh, and my son already broke into it because he had never had pumpkin pie, and he loves pumpkin. And he said it was amazing. And the baby does not think it's amazing. But there are a lot of pumpkin alternatives that are less than $3.49. Like, I was looking at the, they even have like the Hostess like pumpkin cupcakes for like $1.49. So you can get your pumpkin fix. The pumpkin roll, I think it was $4.99, so it was more expensive. But I did want to try that because that's all over that Aldi nerd community on Facebook. And I'll post that community page down below in the description box in case you're interested in ever checking it out, because it's really fun stuff, and there's like a lot of people on there that post a lot of great ideas. So anyway, let me get to cooking here, and we'll make ourselves a dinner. I feel like with Thanksgiving dinner, everything is all about the order of operations. It's not necessarily complicated cooking, but a lot of it matters kind of how you cook and when you cook to make sure that everything is ready in the right order. So in this case, I need to get started with my pie because it needs to sit in the refrigerator for a little while. I always cook pies like the night before for Thanksgiving, and that's kind of like a thing I do with my mom. You guys let me know, what is your night before Thanksgiving tradition? Are you also baking pies? Are you going out with friends? Is there something special you do? So I'm just following the instructions on the back of the pudding package, and there is a pudding pie instructions, and it says to use 1 1/3 cups of milk. And in this case, I just have heavy cream, which really made a nice thick pudding pie mix, and it actually turned out so much like a chocolate mousse. It was absolutely delicious. Then you just want to take your mixture and put it over your graham cracker crust. I can't believe you can get this crust for 89 cents. This whole pie is going to cost less than $2. It's incredible. Now this pie just needs to chill in the refrigerator for at least an hour, and then I'm going to put some homemade whipped cream on it at the end. Now the next item I can make ahead is our Jiffy corn muffin mix. Now like I said, I didn't buy eggs, but I am going to use an egg in this case, but I will make sure to link a few egg alternative recipes in the description box below. And you are using a little bit of our heavy cream here. Again, instead of milk, it did call for milk and I put heavy cream in, and the cornbread turned out absolutely delicious. So no problem substituting there. Now I am just gonna actually cook mine in a loaf pan and cut it up into like little bread squares, and that turned out perfect. So you can use a loaf pan, you can use an 8x8, or you can make traditional corn muffins, however you wanna do it. So both the things I just did can be done at any time prior to making the meal. But before you make your meal, you're going to want to have your appetizer. So I'm using my crescent rolls and my hot dogs, and I'm cutting them up into thirds. And then I'm cutting each of the crescent rolls in half. And then I'm rolling it around the hot dogs. Now, in this case, I did do something a little bit different than I normally do. I added some olive oil with garlic, Italian seasoning, parsley, and I mixed that up. Now, these are not things I purchased, so whatever you have in your cabinet, you 100% do not have to do this. This is kind of an extra thing. It's something I feel like I've seen on TikTok lately. Everyone's like up doing the rolls by adding stuff, and I was like, I should add garlic to these. Like, that would be good. If you have it, I would add Parmesan cheese as well, but you could use butter, you could use olive oil, you can use vegetable oil, you can use whatever you have just to add a little something to your pigs in a blanket, and it will zazz them up a little bit. I'll have to tell you that doing that really did add a little something. I mean, I know they're delicious as is, but wow. So you definitely don't need the mini hot dogs. I thought that these turned out just great. Oh, another idea I had was for using everything bagel seasoning. Like if you had that, I bet that would taste so good as well. So these were such a great appetizer. I did end up making these a different day because on the day that we had our Thanksgiving, my husband actually ended up having to work late, and it was just the kids and I, and I was not going to eat that many pigs in a blanket. So I made them on a different day. They turned out awesome, and they would be a perfect appetizer for Thanksgiving. So if you're starting your Thanksgiving meal, this turkey tenderloin takes 50 to 60 minutes according to the package instructions, and that's just how I was going to cook it. So I bought it and I put it on a pan and popped it in the oven for 50 minutes, and that was the perfect amount of time. Like, it was so tender and delicious. We were talking about these tenderloins, and I think that I would buy them really anytime now. We've always done a whole bird for Thanksgiving, and I don't know if the family would like freak out if I did the tenderloins, but it's just so moist. It's exactly what you always want the turkey breast to taste like. So I don't know if I can switch it up and try and do the tenderloin instead. So thank you, Mandy, for that recommendation. It was on point. And here I'm just going to start on my mashed potatoes. We have the sweet potatoes and the regular potatoes. They both need water. I'm just following the instructions. The mashed sweet potatoes actually needed milk, which I'm using my heavy cream, and butter, but again, you can use olive oil or vegetable oil or shortening, whatever you have. I even think that it would probably taste good without the butter. I'm not sure that you would really notice, but I did use the butter because I had it in that case. So I feel like the good thing about potatoes is you can add a little bit of extra water later if they start to get like a little bit clumpy, but you can basically put a tinfoil top over this and keep it hot. And that's a nice thing that you can make earlier on, and they're always a great make ahead-ish meal. I mean, I had 50 minutes, so the first thing I wanted to do was the potatoes.
And here I'm actually reusing my pots and pans after I use them for the potatoes because I just didn't have enough, which worked out just fine. I was able to wash them really quickly. And so I put my corn on to warm up on the stove. You could do this in the microwave as well. And then I'm just finishing up on my sweet mashed sweet potatoes. Now, I would be honest about those from Aldi. They were not my favorite, so I would probably buy something else next time. They were very cinnamony and very sweet. I'm sure many people would love them, but it was not my favorite reconstituted potato that I've ever had. So the corn, once it was heated up, I realized it was really watery, so I did drain that off into the sink. And then I'm heating up my green beans and doing my stuffing. Now the stuffing, again, just according to the package, I did use butter. I think it would taste fine without butter. You could use oil, and you just follow the instructions, but mostly you just need hot water to bring the temperature up on the stuffing. You let it sit for like 5 minutes, and then you fluff it up. And so I think the only thing left to do at this point was to make the gravy. Now, did you call that I forgot the cranberry sauce? Because I totally forgot cranberry sauce. So I did have some in my cabinet. I put it out because the kids are going to freak if they don't have cranberry sauce. It was going to be an extra $1. There was cranberries at the store. There's cranberry sauce. It's usually about $1 at Aldi. So, you know, I may have made a small mistake there. But overall, the dinner was fantastic. Look at this spread. Excited?
Yeah.
So dinner was delicious and we had tons of leftovers. So this, I believe, would feed more than 4, but it all depends on your family and how much you eat. Now, I haven't made the whipped cream for dessert yet, so I'm using up the last of my heavy whipping cream. I am putting in 2 tablespoons of sugar. I didn't add sugar because you can get sugar packets at Dunkin' Donuts or wherever. And I am whipping this until we get stiff peaks. And that is your fresh made whipped cream. And then I'm going to put that on top of my pudding pie. And we're going to have a wonderful dessert. And that's it, guys. That's a fantastic Thanksgiving. It's only $20, and there are so many different substitutions you can do. I know you're going to have a fabulous holiday. I want to thank you so much for watching today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There's going to be lots of holiday fun coming up. I also have all my other $20 Thanksgiving videos. I will make sure to put the playlist for that up above, and I will also make sure to link an amazing $20 Dollar Tree Thanksgiving dinner at the end. I also have extreme grocery budget challenges, grocery hauls, and cooking videos. So again, do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and you have the most wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for watching.